Alexa, play the NTR podcast.
I think we all know the type of people.
The anti-lockdown crowd is bizarre. It's like football hooligans, students, really young people, old people. It's like,
Odd blend. I'm not one of the old people. I'm like, fucking hell, stay in.
People won't know what this means if there's any kids watching.
Loads of press there.
I was like, did you feel like one of those celebs?
Oh, I felt like someone from Love Island. I was making the most of it.
Holden.
Kept flicking me hair. They weren't interested. Felt like exactly like Amanda Holden. You're right. Yeah.
Do you think she queues for soldiers to perform tests on her mouth?
And now, from Liverpool, around the world on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time to open your mind, expand your outlook, and occasionally soil yourself with delight.
This is the NTR podcast with Dylan Evans and Graeme Smith.
Hello! Hey! Are we on?
You can't see.
Hello, there we go. We're on. Hi there, and welcome to the NTR podcast, episode 11.
Episode 11. Just doing a quick check.
Are we on?
Yeah, we are.
Are we on, Graeme?
We're on.
Just bringing this little...
Talk us through that, Dylan. Talk us through what that is. That's a face mask.
To mask, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks... Doesn't look like a face mask, does it?
No, it looks like it should like cover a man's gooch. It's got that sort of, that sort of look.
Just the gooch. When would you ever need just to cup that?
It's got the look of, have you ever had a spray tan?
Nope.
Where you have to get nude.
Oh, nude?
Well, you don't get nude.
You don't have to.
You do. You have to get near naked so they can hose you down with gravy.
With scat.
Yeah, hose you down with scatty gravy. And you need to be wearing one of them over your gooch and like a little bit of string.
Are they not awkward?
Yeah.
The spray tan like that, I imagine.
Made of paper as well.
Paper?
Paper knickers, yeah.
That's so bad.
Paper knickers.
Is it not awkward?
What, getting a spray tan in the nude? I always let the girl know subtly that I'm gay because she's like, "Do you want to stand there? Do you want to take your clothes on or off?" And I'm like, "I'll take my clothes because I want to get so I'll cover them a bit."
Because otherwise it's a bit weird, isn't it? And you could look a bit seedy, a bit pervy.
I'd rather go nude.
How do you let them know that you're gay? Like, what is the sort of...
Just got to drop the gay things into the conversation. It used to be the other way round. You used to have to pretend you weren't. And nowadays I have to just it's as a disarm.
What do you throw in there?
Women in beauty situations need disarming, don't they? Hiya, love! All right, I'm no threat.
Skipping in.
Yeah, big lollipop, I don't know why. Skipping in with a lollipop and a bow.
Old school gay.
I don't know if at any point that's been in the gay sort of...
The fairy tales?
The fairy tale, the gay fairy tales.
They fly on in.
So yeah, that gooch covering...
The gooch mask.
Which is essentially what it is. It masks your gooch from the gravy. Horrible.
Yeah. So we're a bit tired today. We are recording this on Sunday. So this is Sunday, but it's Tuesday now. Yeah. Because it is Tuesday now. But we're a bit tired because we were up celebrating all night.
Yeah.
We done it. Not we. We had sort of nothing to do with it, but big win.
But you say that.
Big win for the world.
Yeah, big win for the world.
Huge win for the world. Fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Trump.
Get him out. Get him out. I just love seeing that man upset. The more I see him just sort of crumble and his confidence crumble and his leadership, just everything, it's lovely.
Last few days have been boss, haven't they? We wanted to jump on the day after we thought the election results would be Tuesday night, Wednesday morning.
Oh, come on, guys, this will be it.
We were like, Tuesday night, should we jump on and do something? Yeah. And then we realised there isn't going to be a result for a few days.
Well, is there still... Technically, there's still not a result as such. Trump keeps saying anyway.
It's pretty much impossible for Donald Trump. It's impossible for Donald Trump to win now. They haven't counted all the states. There's recounts and all that. But even if they do recount them all, and even if he was to get all of the votes, he still lost. Joe Biden beat him by 5 million votes.
Class.
Joe Biden got more votes than any other president in American history.
The greatest to ever do it, some would say.
Yeah,
would they?
No, everyone seems to have decided Joe Biden's dead good over the last few days, and then he's like anyone. He's a
nice.
He's a nice fella.
I do think he is nice. I like Kamala Harris. She's sound.
Right. Everyone's saying Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
Kamala.
Is it Kamala?
Like Pamela. I think Pamela Anderson.
I will.
Kamala. He goes cross-eyed. Kamala. Yeah, she's Kamala Harris. She's Harris. That's good, isn't it? Like the first woman president or vice president. First black person of colour as a vice president. The list could go on.
Long overdue.
Yeah, long overdue.
So long overdue.
We were. I had to pick you up to go to something the other day because we work together all the time.
Yeah. That's us. Yeah.
And we were in the car and we were listening to his speech that morning.
Trump.
Yeah, on the Wednesday morning.
They're
stealing the election speech, and we were like, stop counting the votes. He said, didn't he? Because
think of that. By the way, think of a leader of a country saying that. The land of the free. Think of the land of the free.
For those that don't know, Donald Trump spent the last 6 to 7 months, all the way through Coronas, saying that the US Postal Service wasn't up for the job of voting. And for the first time in history, loads of people have voted on post because of coronavirus.
Well,
go to the polling station. He undermined confidence in that beforehand. And so that when the votes were coming in late, he could be like, they found in more votes. Yeah. In reality, like I was going to say a lot of Americans voted by post. Mm-hmm. So the postal ballots come in late. In Pennsylvania, where he was going on about, they found these ballots, right? In Pennsylvania, there's a Republican. The Republican's the party that he's in. They're in charge in Pennsylvania. And what they said was that they weren't allowed to open the postal ballots until after on the day. Do you know what I mean? After the polls had closed. Mm-hmm. So they're going, why is it taking so long to count? Well, that's because his own party put in rules that said that they could only be they could only be counted after, if you get what I mean. Some states was before, so that's why it took so long to count. And then they can go, it's taking ages, stop the count. Do you see how he's lined it up?
Yeah, I just thought the count was taking ages because Americans are a bit stupid.
1, 5.
I've lost it. From the top, guys. Come on now.
They took a lot of breaks though, didn't they?
So, oh my God, I couldn't believe that. Like the first night, the whole world was like, come on, is he gone? Is he staying? What's going on? The whole world holding its breath, and the father just went, we're calling it a night. 9 o'clock tomorrow. Sound good for everyone? Yeah, get your breakfast. And then just went to bed. I couldn't believe there was no one for the night shift.
They've got to have a break, haven't they? But yeah, it was surprising.
There's no night shift, people. Did you not know there was loads to count?
Someone in there doing nights.
Honestly, I'm happy Biden's won, but it's still not great for America, is it? Let's just accept, right? I think most Americans would maybe deny this, but America is an empire that's crumbled
in front of our very eyes.
It's declining. We are witnessing an empire that is in the decline, which is just quite sort of bizarre. This must have been what it was like to see
the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire,
Egyptian, all of these. This is sort of like a similar thing. If you think America has been the boss for so long,
not anymore.
No, it's crumbling, isn't it?
They reckon America's just going to sort of take its place alongside other democracies for a while now, because it can't really stand there and go, this is how it's done.
No.
This is how it's done. You've got to just get involved. As soon as Biden takes over, he doesn't take over as president until January the 20th. And it doesn't matter if Trump's in the White House. Biden becomes president automatically. It's not like
Trump hiding in the bog.
I'm still president. Doesn't matter what he does. That's it. Trump's out. He can fight all he likes. He can barricade himself in the Oval Office. But out you go, love.
But America's still not in a great place. But they're just past the best. I'm so stunned that Americans don't really sort of realise this. I've noticed this through doing TikToks, right? I do a lot of anti-America TikTok just because it's funny. They're so easy to wind up. The comebacks are always terrible. It's always, what, you British guys with your terrible teeth? And then if you look at the world stats, America's got worse dental records than the UK. We've got the 4th best in the world.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, we're quite good.
Did you look
10th.
This up to take them down?
100%. Because this is the only thing they ever say.
Your teeth.
Your teeth. And I was like, well,
when's that based on? Is that based on
Jeremy Kyle and back in the day?
Jeremy Kyle and back in the day. Because they're all watching Jeremy Kyle. It's really big over there. Now Jerry Springer's not on anymore.
It's such an old hat thing. It's like, it's British when you think with the big mad teeth.
Austin Powers is what they think of,
hundreds
of
years ago since that, really. Not Austin Powers. The teeth.
Yeah, the teeth thing is funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
They just don't look at themselves, do they? They don't look at themselves like outside people do. They have the cheek to call their baseball the World Series as well. There's only them plays it.
It knocks me. All the sports are like that. We're world champions. It's like, no, not really. And it's sports that you invented as well. Isn't that convenient? Anything that wasn't invented by them, football, crap at it.
Shit, yeah.
Poo. So, yeah.
Did you see, so we saw Trump's power slipping away from him. He was going on the telly the other day and he was making his claims that the election's been stolen because he's lost it.
Yeah.
And the networks started to just opt out of his speech. They were like, we're going to leave that there. And as that was happening, and then Twitter started to mute him. Another really good thing that I thought I was watching yesterday, you could just feel him not be president anymore. Rupert Murdoch, who owns a load of the world's media, he withdrew his support. Fox News doesn't support him anymore. And a lot of the donors that have provided money for his campaign have just gone,
oh my God.
That's it. So he's out of cash. He's out of luck. And the funniest thing that's happened is a lot of his staff are now resigning. Wow. So did you see he was holding a press conference at the Four Seasons? Did you see?
Oh, no.
This is so funny.
Was it like a car park? Where was this?
So he said, big press conference today at Philadelphia Four Seasons, 11:30 a.m. This is what he wrote. And then he deleted it. And then wrote, big press conference today in Philadelphia at Four Seasons Total Landscaping, 11:30 a.m.
Right.
So next to the Four Seasons Hotel in Philadelphia, there's a gardening company. Next to that, I was sent a picture the other day by my other half. There's next to an adult bookstore, like a chemist. And then they were in the parking lot and they just put like a Trump 2020 sign and just like, it was he was the mayor of New York. Rudy Giuliani was the guy who was there. He was meant to be his official attorney. He's the guy that was in the Borat film.
We haven't really seen him since, but I hadn't seen him since Borat, and it looked like just the back of some Aldi by the bins. And I just thought, he's gone, isn't he? It couldn't have been more symbolic that his power is just drained away from him.
Thinking about it, it reminds me of, remember when Baghdad was falling, Saddam Hussein, and there was the main fella who used to get sent out as his spokesman going, we're winning, it's fine, we're in charge of this. Well, I was behind him, people were pulling down statues and American tanks were rolling in, and they were like, this is mad. I feel like it's the same thing.
It felt a bit like that. When Biden won yesterday, I thought it felt like at the end of a Star Wars film.
Oh, totally.
When the evil sort of just faded away. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
No, true.
No, but what was it in 2001? Didn't Al Gore, he was president for like 30-something days and then it got robbed.
Biden's not president at the moment because you don't become that until January the 20th. He's president-elect. So you think he's projected to be president?
Yeah.
So in 2000, Al Gore went up against... Al Gore was Bill Clinton, who was the president at the time, was his vice president, and he stood for presidency against George W. Bush. Remember him?
Yeah.
Remember him?
Wasn't he the thickest man ever? Was he stupid or was it an act?
I thought it was an act because ever since he left office, he's always seemed to be a much more reasonable person. Maybe you just have to be a shit to get on in the Republican Party. Do you not think that might be it?
Yeah. So
it came down, it was really tight, that race. Al Gore won it. Won the popular vote, lost the election. Because all the votes, it doesn't matter who gets the most, state by state. If you get more than 50% or
whatever, it's stupid. It is.
Yeah,
stupid.
and then it can sometimes give weird results.
Yeah,
it all came down to Florida and how people voted in certain precincts, and then it went to the Supreme Court and they challenged a load of stuff. And anyway, 30 odd days later,
it got flipped.
The Supreme Court ruled that Bush had won the election, and that was that, and everyone just moved on. So as happened before, I don't think it's going to happen this time. They reckon that they hit the main attorney, the main fella then, the main legal man was a man called James Baker. His name was, he was on Bush's legal team, and they said, what do you think now? I remember this. I remember all this.
You remember so much detail about it.
So he was on Bush's legal team, and they said to him the other day, what's the chances of this happening again? And he went, listen, I'm not available and I'm not interested in working for Donald Trump. And also no one decent, he hasn't got a really great legal team or great legal arguments. It's all just to try and waste time.
And he does love doesn't he?
Well, I love the last 4 days have been.
Yeah, I like Twitter sort of pulling him up when he's lying. I love all that. I do like that.
So what do you think now that he's not president anymore, because he's going to lose his special credentials on Twitter where they just, because he's a newsworthy person, they publish it. They're going to have to do something, either take him off or do something with him. And what do you think then? Do you think they should just take him off, or does that just, what's that mean then?
I don't like the deplatforming thing. I don't like the silencing of people, which is sort of weird because everything I say I sort of should be with cancel culture and should be with silence everyone and stuff like that. I just don't think that's...
I don't think you'd seen that type of
No,
person.
I just don't think that's the way to solve it. That seems like a very short-term fix.
What do you think they should do? Because sometimes you could say if you cancel someone or you do something, you just bring more attention and you
that's
go,
what
this
I mean.
is sexy.
Yeah, so maybe just silent, like sort of shadow ban them in a way. I'd think kicking someone off an app's dodgy.
Shadow banning is also quite underhand, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's just like, oh yeah, you can still speak, but it won't be broadcast to thousands. It's the algorithm that's been the problem, I think, not necessarily. We've always had knobheads.
Yeah.
Knobheads have always existed. They will always exist. You can't just, you don't agree with me, off you go. You don't agree with me, off you. I don't think that's the right thing to do. So maybe just shut them up a bit.
I reckon
don't
25
blast them out.
25% of all people on knobheads.
Probably are, yeah. But like the QAnon stuff, the Pizzagate stuff, the issue with that was the algorithm got hold of it and blasted it out to thousands. That's the bit we should look at a bit more.
So don't amplify these voices. If you want them, they're there. Go and have a look. And also, I think this thing with muting some of his tweets and then go, if you want to look at it, click here.
There you go.
Here's a bit of context.
Yeah.
I put something on the other day. Did you see CNN? The Pornhub thing. It's so funny, but it's not real.
I hope it is.
It's not real.
I hope someone's just at the biggest blunder ever. Think of that, the most important US election ever. If I time for a wank, I think now.
Or just like someone backstage putting it on to wind him up. It's the look at.
Keeps doing it.
We'll call it up now. Here you go. If you're looking on YouTube,
see, it's the shifty little look.
The eyes, isn't it? Ooh.
Who's put that up?
It is funny though, but it's not real. Like I shared it.
Our dreams.
No, I shared it the other day, and then I got Twitter flagged me up with a bit of context next to it and said you've shared media that's been doctored. Because obviously it's essentially it's like a deep fake, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So it's just good editing.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to think someone was having a little
Tommy Tank.
Yeah, backstage.
How are you? What?
See, I done that.
That noise you can.
I done that to sort of...
People won't know what this means if there's any kids watching.
I didn't mean wank.
There are no kids watching.
Yeah, no, there's not.
This is not suitable for people under the age of...
Go on. What would
16.
16.
You're an adult
I'd say
then.
16.
You can fight in the army. You can smoke. Can you drink? You can't smoke. I don't know. You could. When I was 16, you could do all kinds.
Smoking in the army. How old are you?
30.
30s. He's in his 30s.
We're just 30.
30s. Like David Brent. He says that.
30.
Oh, we're in our 30s.
We're all in our 30s.
You're 39. No, he's in 30s. He's not 39.
I just my eyes start to swivel when anyone talks about age. What's Trump going to do next then? What do you reckon he's going to do next? He's got 80 million followers. He's like a media organisation, really, isn't he?
I'm a celeb.
So good that.
Something like
throw him in prison.
Throw him in something. No, I think he'll probably set up some stupid like telly station thing. I don't know. He's that big. He won't shut up. Something that's exciting, I think, about Trump getting out is he's not going to be quiet like the other presidents, is he?
No.
Trump is a man that thrives off nothing but attention, and he's got loads of stuff up here now. He's probably found out loads. I think he's probably going to leak a lot of stuff, but will it be true? Well, can you trust this man?
If he does leak it, can he leak it, or is that not?
I don't think he cares. That's if he doesn't go to jail. What are the chances of him going to jail?
Right, do you know, I think they're quite high based on this. I'm trying not to stop short of accusing him of anything outright, because I don't have any evidence. But he'd know what that feels like.
He loves that.
So, most of his mates have been in legal trouble. Paul Manafort and all. That was his campaign manager ages ago.
All of them.
All pretty much.
They're all a bit shifty, aren't they?
A good proportion of the people around him have gone to prison or have been in legal trouble for lying, taking money from unusual sources, wire fraud. A lot of it was fraud. And you're like, oh, it seems to me only to be a matter of time. But, you know, that's all I'm saying. If a lot of your mates have gone to prison, then I think it's only a matter of time before you end up in prison. That's what I'd say to you in everyday life.
That would save 2020. That'd be the funniest thing.
Our Christmas gifts.
Imagine that. If you just lock them up. Old school locked up as well. The black and white, big ball and chain.
Do you know what's mad though? Trump's vote went up amongst black and Latino voters, which I think if I was black or Latino, I wouldn't be voting for Donald Trump.
No, I feel sad that that's happened, to be honest.
I feel like someone's got to them.
Yeah. Facebook maybe. Stupid ads, targeted things
that don't know where they've seen it.
Just make anyone believe anything.
So someone I know that lives in Miami.
Oh, here we go.
Has been a good friend. He's a good friend. He's a sound fella. He's a lovely man. But he doesn't really do politics, not art.
Yeah.
That's what he says. Although you talk to him and all he's bothered about is things that are in politics. But I don't do politics, I'm not art.
One of them, yeah.
So he went and he voted the other day, and we spoke to him and we were like, what did you do? And he went, I didn't vote for Biden because Biden is a racist. Oh. And we were like, oh, mate. And he said he'd seen something, he doesn't know where, and that Joe Biden said stuff that was racist in the 90s. And I know what he's talking about, and I can see why he maybe come to that conclusion. And yeah, he didn't vote Biden. And then not voting for Biden, especially because this person was in one of the most contested areas in America, has a real effect on that. And I was like, if you've been got to on the basis of Biden's a racist.
How many people have...
Yeah.
It's mad. It's so mad that stuff like that can just happen.
You don't know where they've seen it. They don't know where they've seen it.
So dangerous.
Just in there somewhere.
Yeah, well, it was all the things that, he's a paedophile. You know, they're both paedophiles, by the way, and everyone's a paedophile.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff recently people have been saying, like, these people have just never sort of been confronted with conspiracy theories, I feel like, and haven't questioned anything.
I've never really thought about any of this stuff until now, and now they're just
now the world is just... Because there's loads of mad stuff that happens. They think everything's real.
The funny thing, it's not funny. It's actually an awful situation.
Oh, what's funny?
And people that we know sometimes tell you who's a nonce.
Yeah.
And you're who go on, tell me who's a paedophile this week, and they go through a list of well-known people, and the only thing they've got in common, I was like, you've got this off the internet, they're all Democrats.
Literally.
I was like, oh, okay.
Is Trump on that list? No, he's miles away, actually. He's the opposite. He's hunting them. Okay, yeah. Okay,
he's out with a big net.
Yeah.
So that's mad. I don't know if you've seen that yourselves. I mean, yeah. Just don't comment about it, though, here, because we could do without the... Name and shame! Don't do that. Don't do that. Right, there's America. Bish, bash, bosh. Done for another 4 years.
Job done.
Job done. Nice one, guys.
The NTR Podcast with Dylan Evans and Graeme Smith.
So what about you this week? You've had a weird week. You've had a weird week comments-wise on your socials.
The most...
Wow.
Yeah, really quite weird, actually. So I had a COVID test. They're available in Liverpool. 500,000 people can get them. It's negative. That's why I'm here. Obviously. Imagine, I'm positive. It's terrible, actually. No, it's obviously come back negative. And
he sent me it early this morning.
Yeah,
look, I was like,
I was there. I had a bit of a nightmare when I got there. Not gonna lie, it was awful. Got in the wrong queue. Stood in the wrong queue for 1 hour.
The queues were that long.
Well, yeah, they were sort of slow moving. I was the very first. It was like the first day. I was there at midday. There was loads of press there. I was like,
did you feel like one of those celebs?
Oh, I felt like someone from Love Island. I was making the most
Amanda
of it.
Holden.
Kept flicking me hair. They weren't interested. Felt like exactly like Amanda Holden. You're right. Yeah.
And do you think she queues for soldiers to perform tests on her mouth?
Yeah, it was quite mad. I was there, queued up, wrong queue. Queued up.
What do you mean wrong queue?
I got in the queue for
the Walters.
If you've got symptoms. Yeah, that's the queue I was in.
So you didn't have it, but you could. Because if you did, you all stay.
Yeah, no, we were distant. Everyone was everyone was like mask, gloves, everything. I was like, oh, this is quite nice.
Oh, nice.
Got me test. I was there, go and get it done. I was getting throat fucked for the greater good, as I've been calling it. My family haven't really. A lot of people haven't approved of being.
We've all been
throat fucked for the greater good with the thing up your nose. Don't get it the wrong way round. Otherwise, you're just shoving snot down your throat.
People won't have... I just want to go through the test with you, because some people are scared. They think that they get blood taken off them and DNA put in a... whatever.
I'm only joking. It's not bad at all. You just have to sort of touch your tonsils for a few seconds and then roll it around your nose. It's nothing. It's generally fine.
I had one a few months ago. Can I just explain what I think it was like?
Come on.
Have you ever been... No, you want... This is not experience you've had. If you've ever been to a GUM clinic...
A what?
Genitourinary medicine clinic, the clap clinic that they call it, the special clinic. If you ever go in there and they do you a test, they test you for chlamydia down the back of your throat, not up your nose. Imagine that. Oh, what have you been up to?
Throat chlamydia?
Yeah, because
that's a new one.
It's not.
It's new to me, so it is.
It's a dark, wet hole, so it can get chlamydia from. Yeah, and so can you. You can get
chlamydia and
gonorrhea and stuff. Yeah, in your throat.
How? I won't carry on.
Through oral sex. So you get the thing and then
just clip that up. Just clip that up. We need that as a GIF, I think.
Sorry.
We can edit stuff over it. Please clip that up. Thank you. Carry on, Graeme.
You do that and then you put it up your nose. Now, for me, right down the throat by the tonsils, I did it first thing in the morning, and coffee breath right up your nose afterwards, so you get to smell all the coffee, really. It reminded me of, because they have another swab when you go to the GUM clinic where you do your bum, or if you're a lady, you do inside...
Your front bum?
Your front bottom. Your tuppence. Let's take it back to 1940s terminology.
I said tuppence to Yaz the other day, right? And I had to Google it.
In what circumstance? What was that? Oh, lovely.
She just never heard of it.
No, it's a mad word.
I think it's so funny.
It's a nan thing.
A lady's tuppence. It's disgusting.
What does a tuppence look like? Like, I don't mean a lady's. Fuck this. Leave this. You put like the thing in your bum or your vag, and So I was really confused when I got it, because it looks exactly the same when I was in the car on the drive-through.
Oh.
And I was like, imagine if there'd been a terrible mistake and I'm bent over with.
You give it back. There's a big meatball on the end of this. That's awful. I'm so sorry. That's awful.
Anyway, so you were getting throat fucked by the army.
For the greater good.
Yeah.
Come back negative. And then I done a little thing on Instagram and stuff. I was like, okay, guys, get tested. You know, Liverpool's been hit really bad by COVID. I think the more we know about this virus, the better off we are.
None of it was controversial, Dylan.
I
It was all
thought
for
that,
its own pace.
I couldn't believe some of the reaction. It was like, what? You think getting tested's going to get us out of lockdown quicker?
Some of it was from young people.
Yeah, and that's what made me really sad. And people were like, it's the flu, you idiot. And all these people, something I found was all of these people saying this, the exact same people who were blaming 5G 6 months ago. They've moved on to something else now. Oh, the more you get tested, the worse off we are. More people, you know,
more tests equals more cases.
I've heard this being said, and I just don't get where the whole point of finding that there's a disease, you want to test people for it. When you find you want to isolate them, and that's clearly the only way. Like the World Health Organization has said that for ages, but now we're in a situation where have these people heard this shit? Like, I was reading them comments and I felt for you. I was like, oh, he's got his fucking work cut out here. One kid was like something 1995. I was like, you are too young to be thinking like a 60-year-old man.
Yeah, I don't get
gammon.
I don't understand anti-mask, but I get if you're a little bit of a knob, you don't want to. I don't want to put cloth on my face. That's me freedom. Okay, anti-lockdown. I'm like, okay, you don't want to be stuck indoors.
Lockdown's a pain. Yeah, we get that.
Anti-test. I just don't get that. What? You want it to be a mystery? Oh, have we got it? Oh, let's go and see me now. Do you know, I don't get what these people are doing.
Where does it come from? Where has it come from?
And what would it take for them to read? The only thing because they're calling the virus fake.
There's some kid who was adamant that he was talking like he was an expert and that you were a dick.
Yeah,
and I was like,
thing.
And then you were like, listen, mate. And he went, I'm not your mate. And then was telling you that it's no worse than this. And I thought, you are just some kid. You've got no. Where's your expertise on this? What have you fucking done?
It's the flu.
Googled it.
Literally.
Said who? Your fucking dad. Your gammon dad said this.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Let me guess you didn't. Let me guess some more about your dad. Didn't like Black Lives Matter, did he?
No, he
thought all lives matter. He's one of them. And it comes off.
And it's gone a bit far with all these trans as well. He's one of them. I'm just guessing here.
Well, but you're probably spot on. I think we are spot on.
Why do they go, right, you're a bit of a twat in this department? Well, there's a few, like, you know, when you get sold extra bits on Amazon.
That's it.
And they go, oh, would you like to upsell being a twat?
QAnon, sign me up. They're all nonsense. You're right. I think you're right. I haven't looked at it like that, actually.
Why are we in this world, though? Because...
What do you mean?
Well, we've touched on this now, like... I get a feeling that some of what we're saying here is not going to be very popular with some people. Like, I'd like to think that there's like a bit of a majority that's on side with us, but we might as well say it, mightn't we?
Yeah, we're all entitled to different opinions.
Absolutely, but some opinions hold more weight than others. I'm not saying mine does. I'm saying that, you know, when someone goes, I know this, and you go, well, this doctor and expert in viruses has said this. Well, I know this. Well, I'm entitled to my opinion. Yeah, but your fucking opinion isn't an expert opinion.
Yeah, there's a difference between opinion and fact, I'm afraid. And some people don't seem to be able to get to grips with that.
But I'm entitled to an opinion. And you're like, yeah. And I'm entitled to think your opinion's nonsense.
Yeah, I'm entitled to think you're a tit.
So the test was negative and we're all okay.
Well, not at all.
Well, we are. Or are we? That's the thing you don't know, dear.
For now, hey.
So what was this about on the subject of testing, which of course is on till December the 2nd. We've been in tier 3 for how long now?
Forever.
No one was asked in tier 3 in Liverpool. We're here all the time.
Not really. Like, there was no masks. No one cared. So now full lockdowns on them. Yeah, people care this time round.
It's funny. It's like when you do the national one, everyone goes, because when you interrupt Strictly Come Dancing.
That's it.
Oh, they've messed with Strictly.
Batten the hatches fast.
Strictly and Christmas. The third rail in Britain. Don't go near them.
I wonder what they're going to do for Christmas. I keep thinking this. I think Boris is going to... He can't ruin Christmas because he'll be the Grinch. And he doesn't want to be the Grinch.
He'll have his face on all.
Yeah, I think he's going to introduce the most confusing set of rules we've ever known.
Like what?
Like... Yes, of course your nan can come round, but she's got to put a mask on, face the wall, upside down. She can only have soup, all mad stuff it's going to be.
She can only have soup.
Like, there's going to be so many just mad, oh yeah, you can have Christmas dinner, but... And it won't be Christmas dinner.
You could have a Christmas day, but everyone must wear bin bags.
All suffocating.
Well, people sat around the table. So, there's been... Is there going to be a Christmas? Do we know? I mean...
No. Christmas is over. Life as we know it is over. The end is nigh. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, well, moving on to people disagreeing with these tests, because there's been a really, really weird thing that started to happen, and it's not really been. I feel it's not really being reported that much. You know, we know a lot of people are anti-mask, they're anti-lockdown, and I get why people might be anti-lockdown. I'm not myself, but I get why people might be that way. There was these anti-lockdown demonstrations that were happening in London the other day. Now, I didn't know, but like Steve, my partner's from London, and his family are all there, and they were like, "Oh, I've seen these." There was like a family WhatsApp group in the West End. Look at these demonstrations, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" Chat shit. Yeah, went on it. Loads of people kicking off, and they were going, "Stick your lockdown up your ass," and all that. It was like a funny old mix of like. People like that. I think we all know the type of people.
The anti-lockdown crowd is bizarre. It's like football hooligans, students, really young people, old people. Say, okay.
Odd blend. I'm not one of the old people. I'm like, fucking hell, stay in.
Get in and quick.
You ever see an old person not wearing a mask? I'm like, get in.
It gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Proper anxiety.
And they're like, they're proud.
Yeah.
Won't catch me in a mask.
Yeah.
Cuts to a coffin.
Yeah. Catch me in a casket, though.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that
is terrible. Yeah, but these anti-lockdown protests are not just getting like very little media; they're getting like no media at all. So you were telling me before, how many arrests was there in London?
So there was a lockdown protest the other night, and there was 190 arrests. There was
190.
190. But the slightly more concerning thing than there being 190 arrests, because you're not allowed to have a protest at the moment. Any more than 30 people. No. You're just not allowed to do it. Only more than 2. So you just can't protest.
More than 2 people.
Yeah.
There's 3 people at protest, Graeme. What if 3 people had placards?
If they're all shouting, yeah.
If they're all shouting.
And that's as much detail as the police seem to have on this.
Yeah.
So,
but why wasn't this headline news? Why wasn't this protest in London headline news? In Liverpool, there was a bunch of students jumping around in Concert Square, and that was headline news across the country. This is worse. This is more people. But why is this being silenced?
So I feel like it might be so that lots of other people don't start doing it. That's a possibility. A relative of mine on the same WhatsApp group went, "You're not seeing it in the mainstream media because they don't want anyone to go and join in." And I was like, wow, that's weird. Is that a blackout? So the journalists, this is one that really concerned me after. There's 190 arrests. I've showed you in fact, let's bring up some of the footage now of what was going on.
Wow.
And we didn't see it in the news.
Look at that.
That's mad though, isn't it?
Yeah, it generally is.
Like society disintegrating in front of us.
Go on, what was the media?
So a lot of journalists turned up to report.
Of course.
This. Tell you who did get it on the air. Russia Today. That was a lot of the footage was used on RT.
Bet they did.
So all over Russia they were pushing that. The Society of Editors, who represent journalists, are looking for urgent clarification because journalists were told by police officers that they're not seen as essential workers and need special permission from the Metropolitan Police to be present. So they threatened journalists and photographers with arrest if they took pictures or reported on what was going on. Now, there hasn't been a news blackout, and I'm like, even if they haven't meant this to look like that, it looks like that. Now,
I don't like this.
Liverpool,
any sort of silencing of press, you're not allowed to report this. I hate that. That's edging towards like a really horrible state, isn't it? Control.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
So this is London, and you used to mention stuff in Liverpool.
Yeah, there was anti-lockdown protests, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Which had some of the stuff I heard get shouted. Some of the maddest stuff I've ever heard, actually. Just the people working at these test centres, hordes of people going past. Be like, you should be ashamed of yourself, you're in a disgrace.
Why?
And one of the quotes was, only doing your job, that's what the Nazis said. And all this.
Based
and
on
like,
what? What are they, why are they?
But Graeme, get your tinfoil hat on, mate. So these tests, what they do is they put all robots in your blood and then you're controlled by the robots. I don't know what they believe in. It's mad. It's genuine madness what's going on. The thing is,
if they were checking your blood or putting something in, but they're not. Wait till the vaccine comes out.
It's just a little bit of
throat fucking.
Bit of that, do you know what I mean?
You know.
Are they all against that? Apparently so.
What's the world coming to? Can't do nothing these days, can you? I don't know if this is a deliberate attempt to keep everyone quiet. I'd like to think that like it wasn't, and it's just a bit of like
they don't want it to kick off big time.
Yeah, because it has been in the press. We have heard about it. The fact that someone's able to send me a message about it, there's been reports about it the next day. You don't want to over-report it and make it look like get on down.
But if Steve hadn't, if your partner hadn't told you through the family he knew. Would you have known?
Really?
No. Would you have found that out? I wouldn't know. I'd say most people watching this right now or listening right now wouldn't know. So I think it's been hushed.
It gets that. It's got that feeling.
It's been hushed. I think
it's got that.
But
feeling.
Maybe for the greater good.
The greater good. Crusty jugglers. Yeah.
Alexa, play the NTR podcast.
Right, so something I don't get, the more I think about it, is why do girls have to pay for tampons, have to pay for pads, have to pay for anything that's sort of...
downstairs related?
Yeah, I really don't understand why they're made to pay for, like, the period. Do you know what I mean? And the more research I've done into this, the more horrified I become. So tampons, pads and stuff are considered a luxury item. There you go, ladies.
No way.
That tampon, that's a luxury. That's just...
No way.
Yeah. And I've done some more researching, and a razor, like our razors that we shave with, they're essential. They're not luxury. And then I just thought, who made these rules? I think it was a man, actually. A man clearly made these rules. But I don't get what... Kick off more? Why aren't women kicking... I'd be kicking off so much. Have you seen how much they are? It's like a £5 for a pack.
I've never known.
I've had to get some for my girlfriend sometimes, and I'm always like, how much? Why aren't these free? I wouldn't pay that if I was a girl. I'd just be like, right, I'm bleeding down my legs then. Give it to me for free. I would. I honestly really would.
Would you go around...
protesting? I'll just free bleed. Why am I paying for these? I can get condoms.
Did you just say free bleed? Like it was a...
Hashtag free bleed. I think that might be a thing.
Free the foof.
Free the foof. I can get condoms for free because they're essential. I can get lubricant for free because that's essential. But a woman can't get a tampon. That's horrible. I genuinely think that's vile. I don't think that's right. I think it should be a bigger deal.
No, I do.
It's taxed as luxury as well. That's like the
VAT on it, isn't there?
Yeah, which I just... What? Like if you genuinely think about it, think of like maybe homeless women, think of women that, you know, can't really afford to be throwing it's like £5 for 1 week every month, maybe a lot more, sometimes like 20 quid. Plus, you feel like shit. Plus, you're moody as hell. You feel horrible and you've got to pay. These should be free.
It's outrageous,
it is. I don't see how anyone can disagree. And everyone I've told has went, yeah, you're probably right, to be fair.
How have we got into a situation
where
where
there's no change? How can this not change?
When you put it like that, Johnny's fine. Lube. No, but that's to reduce sexually transmitted infections. I get that. But the men with the razor thing, what is that?
It's like, oh, you've been laughed at a bit again.
Yeah, what is that?
So unfair. I mean, they're not much. They're not like to make. I'm not having that expensive to make.
Well, they can't be, can they? What a fiver on that's like a packet of 10 ciggies is about a fiver. Or was it years ago?
What's that your comparison? These ciggies?
Ciggies?
I was thinking like a meal.
No, but I'm thinking of something like ciggies are meant to be expensive to stop you using them. You're meant to be dissuaded from using ciggies. What? Is it true that people free bleed, or did you just come up with that? Have you just come up with that?
I don't know if people do it. I would.
Free bleed. 100%. And even if you're not on, just spray like tomato sauce down
jam. I'm buttering my leg with jam. This is horrible. This is colour of the pants as well.
This is it.
This was all planned. Red pants.
Oh, she's not changed in weeks. This is the most hot.
This is horrible, this podcast.
This is awful.
The women at the start were like, oh, he's lovely and he's got such a good point. He's for us.
And I ruined it for you. I'm sorry.
You have, yeah.
I am sorry. But it is outrageous that women just aren't getting that. Should we start the campaign here?
What can we call it?
Free the
We're not calling it free the floof.
The foof. Free the foof. Free the foof.
Free tampons, or we free bleed. We bloody will.
Don't make us bloody do it. Right.
Something like that, yeah.
A load of women like.
So hashtag get this will be trending on Twitter within hours. Hashtag make tampons free, otherwise we'll free bleed. We will bloody do it.
And I'm going to launch free the foof at the same time,
which is a completely different sort of.
It's a completely different meaning, isn't it?
It's like free the nipple, just.
Free the foof. I just
free the nipple is a big hashtag, and I've seen no one oppose it. It's kind of weird that.
Well, the women are
like, oh, come on, free the nipple. All right, sat, please.
Who's offended by that?
That's what I mean. Like really conservative, older boomer sort of blitz.
Have you ever walked in on a member of, a woman like breastfeeding?
Have I ever
walked in on a woman breast, gone near? What's your reaction? Like, because it's another one of them situations where I make it immediately clear that I'm homosexual and I'm no threat. I just go dead camp. Oh, got your tit out, have you?
That's fabulous.
Kids like that. Asking for a go. I need some calcium. No, so it was it's happened twice with like family members, in-laws.
Yeah.
And they've all got kids, and they're they're in like Steve's family, and in a restaurant, and this has happened. There's like 2 people in the family who've done this, and I'm like, yeah, go on, you show them, and they turn around. And they've got the baby latched onto the tit and
loving life.
And I'm about to. Oh, did you see the thing? Oh! I feel like I've walked in like I act the same as like walking in on someone who's having a shit or something, and they're not. It's a completely natural act, and I'm not genuinely offended by it. I just think that
it's like them like they're having a poo at the dinner table. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I'm just. But why am I awkward about it? Because I'm not offended by it. Maybe it's because I'm just thinking I don't want that woman to think I've come over to perv on her tits while she feeds her kid.
I honestly think it's that.
I'm gay.
Yeah, I don't. If you're genuinely made to feel uncomfortable by it, where it's like, I can't be in it. That's a fucking disgrace. That's your own problem. You need to sort that out yourself. I think how that's become like a weird thing. Breastfeeding always confuses me because that is like the most natural thing I can think of. Like. Well, just think of what humans are. Think if we were in the wild, that is just like route 1. Wouldn't have been another done thing.
No one would have been bothered.
And for some reason, it got like weirdly overly sexualized.
Right.
It's always men that feel uncomfortable, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Why
I don't know when many
did
women
men feel uncomfortable. Why do they?
I think they sexualize just because there's a boob out at a table.
Is that a? Tell me, because I don't know. Like lactating boobs, is that not a?
No,
Look at the camera and tell me
it's
that it does nothing for you.
What am I saying? There's nothing for me. Lactating. Well, don't.
No, we're gonna put you. We'll put you in close up, Dill, and tell everyone that lactating boob does nothing for you. And I'm looking at you on the monitor to see how much I believe you.
A lactating boob does nothing for me. How was that?
No, I didn't believe you for once. I don't know.
Believe me.
It's just. There you go. Maybe some women are uncomfortable about like. Men that might
breastfeed the kid. Yeah, if a man is breastfeeding the child, I'd be worried.
He's getting nothing from this. Just sweat.
Oh my god! This is the most disgusting podcast we've done. I think,
no, but we came at it from a position of love.
Oh no, 100%. Like, free the nipple, free the foof,
Get the tit out.
Yeah, get the tits and bleed. Cut that bit. That's gotta go.
No, that's going on TikTok. That's a 5-second. Get the tits and bleed. God, that could mean anything.
It come from a good place, though.
It come from a good place.
Originally.
Yeah. So, that was nice.
That was settled. Anyway.
Yeah. Shout us if you agree with that, by the way. Tampon-related bants.
Alexa, play the NTR podcast.
Right, but what a week, eh? That's episode 11 boxed off, I think.
Boxed off, delivered.
Boxed off, signed, sealed, there we go. At Mr. Dylan Evans and at Mr. Graeme Smith on all the socials and at the NTR podcast. Come and say hi. We do say hi back.
Yeah, we do.
We love saying hi back.
We engage in chats.
We do. We love the people that listen to this. So, thank you. Genuinely thank you.
Bon voyage.
See you / speak to you soon.
Bye.
Goodbye now. Bye.
It's time to open your mind, expand your outlook, and occasionally soil yourself with delight.
This is the NTR podcast.